The Netherlands is unique in Europe because so much of the land you see today was once ocean. The process of building the land up from the sea has given the Netherlands its most iconic feature, the windmill. Let's check out the top 10 places to visit in the Netherlands. Number 10. Amsterdam's museums. Amsterdam is known for many things, but its museums are among the top attractions in the Netherlands, and with good reason. Arts and antiquities aficionados will appreciate the Rijksmuseum, or the National Museum, home to a massive collection that occupies over 250 rooms. Collections include a library, sculptures, paintings, and a variety of cultural artifacts. Art lovers will also want to visit the Rembrandt House Museum, located in the artist's former home, as well as the remarkable Van Gogh Museum. No visit to Amsterdam is complete without a visit to the Anne Frank house, the actual home where Anne hid from the Nazis during the occupation. Visitors can see the home as it was when she wrote her diary and learn about the Amsterdam's Jewish refugees. Tourists can learn even more at the Resistance Museum or the VINCENT Museum, which explores the attempts to resist Nazi occupation. Number 9. Vincent van Gogh's Old Haunts. Begin your pilgrimage in Zundert, just 15 kilometers south of Breda, in the village where Vincent van Gogh was born. Although his family's original home no longer stands, its garden remains, and the Vincent van Gogh House Museum now occupies the spot. There's a statue of the artist in front of the old Dutch Reformed church where his father once preached. There are numerous other statues throughout the country, including the town of Etten-Leur, where his career as an artist officially began. Just 8 kilometers from the Eindhoven is the village Nuenen, also known as the Van Gogh Village. The artist lived here in a pastor's house from 1883 to 1885, and tourists can explore his former home, which has been lovingly restored. A self-guided tour visits nearly 24 locations in the village that are connected to his time here. Before proceeding further, please subscribe to the channel and click on the notifications so you can get notified when we upload the next video. Number 8. Dutch Windmills. Near Rotterdam, beside the River Noord, sits the village of Kinderjik, one of the most photographed places in the Netherlands. Here, visitors will find the country's largest collection of historic windmills, a total of 19, which were built between 1722 and 1761. Sitting atop a hill in Leiden is an imposing 7-story windmill that was originally used as a flour mill. This picturesque landmark was built in 1743 and is now home to the Windmill Museum, the Molen de Valk. The museum includes the miller's quarters and the tools he once used, and tourists can learn about how the mill was operated and maintained. The museum also provides an in-depth look at the history and significance of windmills in the Netherlands. Tourists will find more windmills in excellent condition in Zans, a photogenic medieval village that is easily reached in a day trip from Amsterdam. Its most famous windmill is the Cat, or De Cat, built in 1646 to process dyes. It is the only of its kind still in operation. Number 7. Traditional fishing villages of the ZUIDERZEE Inlet. The medieval fishing village of Enkhuizen sits on the shores of Isgelmeer, or Lake Isgel, a lake that occupies the center section of the inlet. The town is home to picturesque waterside homes, 2 15th century churches, and the old fortifications. The open-air ZUIDERZEE Museum is the top tourist attraction and sits at the harbor. The museum explores the area's prominence as a fishing port and center of maritime trade, and visitors can see examples of traditional boats and equipment. The museum is also home to many restored buildings, a number of which date back to the 1600s. Located about 20 kilometers from Amsterdam on the shores of the Markermeer is Volendam, another superb example of a traditional fishing village. This photogenic town offers brightly covered row houses, the small but informative Volendam's museum, and historic ships in the harbor. Number 6. Tulip Fields of Flevoland Province. The majority of the Netherlands' tulips are grown in the Flevoland Province, and mid-April through May is the best time of year to catch them in full bloom. Commercial flower-producing fields can be found along the northwestern coast of the Netherlands, occupying the swath of land between Alkmaar and The Hague. Keukenhof Gardens, located near Leiden, is the most visited destination for flower lovers, with more than 7 million blooms each year. This is the world's largest public flower garden, covering more than 70 acres and growing over 700 varieties of tulips. Visitors will also find daffodils, crocuses, and hyacinth among the gardens. Number 5. Historic Haarlem. Located just a short distance from Amsterdam, Haarlem makes an excellent day trip from the city. The historic heart of Haarlem is centered around the Groot Market and the main market square. The Old City Hall, constructed in the 13th century, is one of the most impressive buildings. Nearby is the 14th century Gothic church, St. Bovakerk or Grote Kerk. Both buildings have stunning interiors and feature impressive towers. One of the most famous structures, however, is the Vlees Hall or the Mead Hall, built in the Northern Renaissance style, now home to part of the Frans Hals museums. Number 4. Castles of the Netherlands. One of the Netherlands' most famous castles is De Haar Castle or Kasteel de Haar, built in 1822 near Utrecht. Its fame is not due to its age, but its size and grandeur. It's infamous for displacing an entire village to make room for its construction. This fairy tale castle can be toured, and the 135-acre property holds numerous events throughout the year, including a Christmas festival. Nearby in Oud-Zuilen, tourists can visit the much older Zuilen Castle, which originated in the 13th century and was rebuilt in 1510. Breda is home to the UNESCO-listed Castle van Breda, an impressive palace that has housed aristocracy and royalty since the 12th century. The current structure was built in 1530 as a fortified castle, and then expanded over the centuries to its present state. One of the Netherlands' oldest remaining castles is Leyden Castle, Burgt van Leyden, built as a fortification in the 11th century. It has been a public park since the 17th century, but visitors can still see one of the original canal moats. Tourists can also walk on the same route sentries once paroled around the walls while enjoying spectacular views over Leyden. Number 3. Living History Museums. One of the most popular places to visit in the Netherlands Open-Air Museum, or Netherlands Openlucht Museum, located just outside of the city of Arnhem. This living history museum was established in 1912 to preserve Dutch history and culture, and it includes a variety of traditional homes, workshops, and windmills for guests to tour. Costumed interpreters demonstrate what daily life looked like in centuries past, including the life of fishermen, farmers, and craftsmen. In addition to centuries past experiences, a series of laborers' houses demonstrate the daily life of the average family during 4 distinct time periods from 1870 through 1970. In addition to the fully immersive historic village, tourists can also enjoy multimedia exhibits and ride an antique tram. The museum also hosts special events throughout the year. Number 2. Gothic churches. The skyline of many Dutch cities is punctuated by the steeples and belfries of churches, and the towers of the Gothic churches are among the most impressive. Breda's Grote Kerk, or the Great Church, was built in 1290 in the classic Gothic style and contains late Gothic carved choir stalls. Its most prominent feature is the 97-meter tower, which was finished in 1509. Numerous additions built in the following centuries have strong Renaissance influences. Delft is home to 2 stunning examples of Gothic churches. Oude Kerk, the Old Church, was built in 1250 and features a 75-meter coastal Gothic tower that was added in 1450. It is best known for its slightly tilted tower and a pyramid-shaped roof cornered by 4 turrets. Construction on Nieuw Kerk, or the New Church, was begun in 1396 and continued through 1486. The church sits overlooking Market Square, and its 108-meter Gothic tower provides an excellent vantage point for tourists and photographers who can make it up the 376 steps. Number 1. Hoogevliet National Park. The largest nature park in the Netherlands is the Hoogevliet National Park, covering 13,750 acres in the center of the country, just 8 kilometers from Arnhem. Originally intended as a hunting park, this privately owned nature reserve is a protected home for a wide variety of animals, including wild boar, deer, birds, and the rare mouflon, a breed of wild sheep. Visitors can easily explore the park's huge system of trails and paths via foot or bicycle. Park routes are well marked and offer mostly level terrain for easy passage. The park is also home to the Kröller-Müller Museum, which features an art gallery and sculpture park. Another popular nature reserve is Oostvaardersplassen de Plassen, an exceptionally photogenic park located about 50 kilometers from Amsterdam. Among the top attractions here are the Konik horses, a wild breed that originated in Poland and now roam the area. Which one of them do you definitely want to visit? Let us know in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed watching this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching!